Ah, I remember it well. When flame still whispered to the skies of the living, and the bones of the old wars had not yet crumbled to dust. The heavens were torn asunder by a vessel wrought of fire and fury. Its iron hull screamed against the blue firmament, and black smoke poured like blood from a god's wound. A comet fallen, spiraling toward its end. Two of the Eclipse, fierce riders of the void, gave chase. One behind, another faster still, like wraiths clinging to vengeance. Then came Donan. With wrath in his marrow and courage ablaze, he tore his bindings asunder, the very bolts shrieking in defiance. And lo, Maryn followed, his shadow, his storm. Together they rose, ascending through the vessel's innards like spirits unfleshed. He shattered the ceiling with his bare limbs, braced against metal slick with rain and smoke. The wind howled, a banshee's cry. His garments flailed wildly, his hair a whip of white flame. The soldiers, pitiless in resolve, unleashed their barrage, casting bolts of raw light into their broken prey. But Donan did not yield. Nay, he charged, crawling over that wretched hull like a beast possessed, and leapt. Aye, he leapt, and pierced the Eclipse ship like judgment itself. Glass shattered. The pilots, startled, mortal, breakable, were cast aside as he descended upon them with the weight of a dying star. The ship reeled, nose-diving toward ruin. And Maryn, oh valiant Maryn, she too would not be left behind. She leapt, her fingers clawing into the underbelly of their foes. They sought to shake her, to cast her into the abyss, but her will was ironclad. She climbed, braced, screamed, and then she tore it open. Metal cried, engines failed. Far below, Toby beheld this chaos from the skies, his ship a spear of order cast into the tempest, a vessel of might and duty. He surged ahead as the falling wreck screamed toward Geneva's crown. The city, unready, unwarned. And so he acted. With the fury of storm gods, he chained the vessel mid-air, his stasis tether, a rune of power and science alike. He descended. Boots kissed dust, and he roared.
All right, everyone back. I'm Operative Toby Yoshida.
He bears his seal, gold and sacred.
With the Celestial Abatement Remediation Authority. This is currently a CAX-level event. I need all of you to head to the nearest Eclipse Union precinct. This is not a drill. Your lives are in grave danger.
The earth groaned. Explosions loomed on the horizon like the breath of titans. Light flickered behind him, and fear, true, ancient, primal, gripped the people. Then came the CARA operatives, cloaked in ether and command. They blinked into the fray, gathered the frightened, and vanished like echoes in fog. Toby flew once more, above streets soaked in smoke and sorrow. Civilians wailed below, the air thick with ruin. He descended into the haze and saw two craters, scorched and seething. The roads broken, as if a celestial hand had smashed them. Corpses littered the stone, and his heart, a warrior's heart, tightened. Anger, confusion, resolve. He circled low, then froze. Two shapes, moving against the tide of the fleeing. Calm, purposeful, he knew. The insurgents. Toby, low and grim.
Got you.
Steel hissed. The Dalwar, forged of starlight and shadow, was drawn. He leapt forth, no words wasted. They met his gaze, and Donan, with the indifference of a king, beckoned fate. Maryn stepped aside, and Donan struck. Like thunder unshackled, he slapped the sacred blade aside. Toby's arm flung back like a child's toy before the warrior could rise. Foot, filled with the wrath of gods, caved his chest in. Toby flew. Shattered stone and road collapsed in his wake. Dust swallowed the light. Donan turned, Maryn beside him, and they vanished. Lo, From the blackened sky did the stormborn hurtle, Jace, fury-bound, a comet of will and light. Through the forest's crown he tore, the very wind cleft by his passing. Each breath drawn not for life, but for purpose. Espinosa, the Warden of Realms, hunted close behind, his eyes like blades, his movements forged in silence. The forest gave way to clearing, and he struck. A flick of his gauntlet, a 16 yawned open, a portal unfurling alongside him. Then the Neolith came forth, a wall of obsidian void, spreading flat like ink spilled across time's parchment. Jace did not waver. Nay, he clapped his hands with wrath divine, and did rend the nothingness itself, splitting the veil in twain. He vanished into the dark. Alone within the pitch of non-realm, he dared not gaze upon the right, for there death slumbered, or worse. With hands once more joined, he struck through the emptiness, and emerged, the city of Geneva upon the horizon. Espinosa gasped, the impossible made manifest. He reached for salvation, the Lias, a lock of Jace's hair cast into a waking gate. He stepped back, heart thundering, his hand trembling against the winds of fate. Then all sound did falter. The world paused. Jace turned, and from the gate it came. The Lias, that forgotten beast, that boundless dread. It burst forth with a scream of unbeing, the air bending round its form. Jace cursed and fled. Espinosa gave chase, the earth quaking beneath their fury. The beast roared behind Jace, its limbs writhing, unknowable. Then, a snare. Jace's ankle caught. His body flung, the forest shattering upon his fall. The beast towered now, its hunt complete, but Jace rose. He tore the tendril free and launched himself, a cry of raw might upon his lips. Through the beast he tore, its form undone, his speed leaving echoes of war in the air. Espinosa was hurled by the shock. Then Jace turned. To him, like wrath incarnate, he descended. Espinosa blocked, his blade meeting the heavens. Still, he was cast backward, and before breath returned, Jace appeared behind him, a hand to the helm. Stone met face, the world spun. They grappled like titans. Jace, unyielding, cast Espinosa into the trees. Then silence. Jace turned to the city, chest heaving. Behind him, the Lias, now rebuilding itself. There was no time. He ascended once more. The storm would not be denied. Donan moved like a hammer loosed from heaven. One swing, the soldier's head folded beneath his fist, the sound of bone giving way, echoing like a temple bell. Beside him, Maryn carved paths through flesh and steel alike, a whirlwind of sharpened grace, her twin blades painting arcs of crimson through the air. The last body dropped. Her wrist flicked and the blood abandoned her blade like it feared what came next. Donan turned, his gaze drawn to the left. Through stone he saw it, a pulse, a shimmer, a presence. He gave the nod. Over the corpses they marched, not slowing, not looking back. The building greeted them with silence. Above, the sky rumbled. Heavy Eclipse warships passing like vultures in formation, their engines dragging tremors across the earth. They moved deeper. Metal groaned underfoot. The room they found was old. To the left, two towering pillars standing as if waiting for judgment. To the right, a wall lined with black lockers, dozens of them, identical, silent, and watching. Donan stepped forward. The wall shifted, lockers melded, metal flowed, until there was only one. Maryn kept her place, blades drawn, spines straight as forged steel. The hum of the ships thickened, dust shook from the ceiling. Donan struck. His fist tore into the vault. He reached in, cold metal, emptiness. He hesitated, searched again. Still nothing. His face darkened. With a growl, he ripped the locker apart, the door hurtling across the room like a fallen shield. He stared into the cavity left behind. A silent hole. A black maw that promised nothing. It was gone. Whatever it was meant to be. Whatever it was meant to do. Gone. And with it, the taste of purpose began to rot. A scream cuts through the air, high, shrill, unnatural. Not human, not machine. Something else entirely. A warning from the void. Donan doesn't flinch. He speaks, voice low, eyes still locked on the locker's gaping hollow. Donan.
It is gone.
Soba replies, almost with disinterest.
I am aware. A trick by our opposition, no doubt. I will locate it.
Donan says nothing more. His gaze sharpens. The wall explodes inward as Jace tears through it like a meteor. Floor tiles erupt. Chunks of debris fly past like shrapnel. One slab smashes into Donan's temple, shattering on contact, but the pillar doesn't flinch. He slowly turns to face the intruder. Stillness. Tension thickens like smoke before a firestorm. Military voices, boots pounding in rhythm, orders barked, safety removed. Jace stands in the dust, body heaving. Hair plastered to his face, blood in his mouth, a man twisted by exhaustion, desperation, and something else. He raises his hands slowly, trying to speak through the war in the air. Jace.
All right, listen. I'm sure this is all a shock. My name is Jayce Vahnnigahn. Like you, I'm a pillar. Soon to be. What I had my friend take from here is a device that will take us to a place called the After. Unless we let events play out a certain way, everything goes wrong. You don't become king of Sequoia, and...
Maryn steps forward, blade in hand. Her voice cuts like the edge she wields.
How do you know this?
Jace, rushing.
Look, we don't have much time. In a moment, those soldiers are going to barge in here, and they're going to hit us with damn near lethal force. This is going to sound crazy, but I need you to not resist.
Maryn raises her sword, finger tight on the hilt.
Donan, kill this fool.
Jace's voice rises in panic.
Now hang on! I just said my friend has the device you're looking for. I ordered him to take it to get you here.
She doesn't move. But she speaks again, coldly, cutting through his words.
It is as the Equipoian said, a trick, and to have us apprehended, no doubt.
She advances. Donan shifts, placing a foot forward, finally facing Jace. Maryn halts, watching him closely. Then, he speaks.
Equipoian, is what he says true?
Jace blinks, confused.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Donan, quiet now, colder.
If the thread is not pulled, the tapestry frays.
Suddenly, Soba is gone. His presence, his voice, his very weight in the world vanished. A breath stolen from time. Donan's eyes snap upward. The ceiling glows faintly. Jace, realization dawning, horror bleeding into every word.
No, you said Equipoian. Are you working with one of them? Did you bring that thing here?
Outside, the soldiers stop. All sound ceases. A line has been crossed. Donan's voice is a thunderhead.
I have come too far to be apprehended. If you attempt to stop me, I will end you.
Jace opens his mouth, one last plea, but fate is done listening. The quarries burst in, piercing through the walls like phantom spears of raw frequency. The sound isn't heard, it's felt. The air distorts, reality buckles. Jace hits the floor, convulsing. His body frays, bones stretch, skin twist. He screams, a guttural, soul-wrenched cry as his form blurs between dimensions. Donin and Maryn endure it differently. Their skin hums, rippling with unnatural peaks. Eyes leak streams of blood. Maryn collapses to one knee, gasping, trembling, but still clutching her blade. Teeth bared, muscles tight. The agony threatens to break her, but does not. Donan stands tall, silent, furious, veins pulsing with violence. He turns. His fist rears back, trembling with restrained annihilation. Jace, writhing, tries to scream through the collapse of his body. Donan strikes. His fist caves in the wall like it's made of clay. He reaches blindly, finds a soldier's helmet, crushes it like paper, then slings the body back through the breach, through two walls, a ragdoll of bone and steel. Jace screams, "No!" Donan tears the rest of the wall down with a brutal kick and wades into the Eclipse specialists with unrelenting fury. Jace staggers upward, trying to fly, but Maryn, trembling with pain, grabs his cape mid-flight. She yanks him down. Jace slams into the floor. A crater blossoms from the impact. The ground fractures, quarries falter. She roars through clenched teeth and hurls him clean through the building. Jace tumbles midair, spiraling, then stops. Hard, the sky ripples around him. He sees it. Donan, a walking apocalypse, tearing through Eclipse soldiers like leaves in a storm. He rockets forward, slams into Donan, drives him several feet into the building. Debris explodes, shockwaves ripple outward. Jace, raging, "No! I would not let you murder!" Donan spins, kicks him in the chest. Jace slams into the far wall, cratering it. Before he can drop, Donan's boot is already in his face. Jace flies backward in a violent spiral, crashing through walls, tumbling across stone and steel. He barely stops before his ankle is grabbed. He's driven through the floor. Jace claws up, grabs Donan's collar, drives his fist into Donan's face, then shatters a pillar with a follow-up punch. He rockets into Donan, both fists first. Donan plants himself. He takes the blow, snarling. Then Donan wraps his arms around Jace, lifts, and spikes him into the ground. The floor splits. He hoists him again, throws him through the pillar behind them. Stone explodes in every direction. Jace tries to recover, coughing, staggering, but Donan is already moving. Shoulder check. Jace is blasted through another wall. He skids backward, digging trenches in the floor with his boots, trying to stay upright. Fails. He drops to a knee, breathing ragged. His body shakes, then through the smoking hole. Donan appears, sliding forward, eyes locked on him, unforgiving, unchanging, unstoppable. Jace looks up, meets his gaze. The truth hits him like a blade. He won't convince them. He won't change fate. Not with words, not with reason. Only one path remains. He must stop Donan, or everything dies.